tech, sports, entertainment, and fashion became subsectors we focused our lens on. Because what we wanted to do was to follow a simple idea that we take very seriously, which is that with the advent of technology today, there are businesses based in the African continent that will demonstrate the capability to capture growing pools of foreign-based revenues. And that's true in technology. If you look at the fintech sectors, you have a lot of businesses that capture such stream of income because of remittances. If you look at as well entertainment, you have a lot of movies made in Nigeria that basically are produced in local currency or in South Africa, but they sell the movie to Netflix and collect the proceeds in dollars. So in fashion, the same. A lot of designers on the continent sell in Neiman Marcus and across a lot of retailers overseas and collect foreign income. In the case of sport, the same has proven true with the arrival of the NBA. And when they came, the team that were selected after the establishment of NBA Africa were able to participate in a tournament called BAL, where each of the participation fees were denominated in dollars. And that allowed us to take a keen interest and take an investment position in a team in South Africa. But we've also expanded that beyond basketball in also fighting leagues in Nigeria, whereby the same is true. There are some fights in the African continent. However, the content is consumed by a lot of people in the US and in Latin America, especially Brazil.
So it sounds like this could potentially be a benefit for at least basketball. I think if we look at some of the other sports, though, that you're invested in, as you were mentioning there, if they don't have an NBA behind them, could this still ultimately be beneficial for the African sports ecosystem in your mind?
For us as an investor, this is a good development because the continent needs these types of platform to come in and provide recurring income. So if you look at the NBA at large, it's one of these global leagues that basically provides recurring income to 30 teams, which are franchise over there. But the same is true with the NFL, the Hockey League, and two other leagues. In essence, if you wanted to look at American major leagues, like families, each league is a massive family that have a set amount of children. And each children gets 7 to 10 years of pre-agreed revenue that emanate from either the media right or sometimes a complement that comes from a salary cap. So that allows an investor such as ourselves to come into a situation where you get a clear visibility on future revenue. And that's what makes institutional capital highly attracted to such propositions. So what the NBA is preparing to do on the continent will enable more predictability for these properties in terms of revenue.
What can you tell us about your average return on some of these investments that you've made, at least in sports right now?
So in sports, we cannot speak of returns so far. Our company, as you know, started this journey in technology. We've started investing in 2019. Probably 80% of our portfolio is in technology, most dominantly in technology, fintech. And there, if you want to see the difference in technology, our return are 8 times cash after 9 exits, which is an IRR of 60%. And how we've been able to do it is by starting an emerging fund managers program where we're backing 9 fund managers, boldly look at and try to find the best performing companies that meet our investment criteria. and then we graduate them into our direct portfolio. So our single largest investment behind one company is in fintech. It's a company called Move, where we've put well over 30 million in that company alone. When you now compare that to sports, we still have not put to work more than $2 million in a single sports company. So I would say that the days of getting returns from sport properties, we're still very early days, but a few institutional investors like ourselves have started putting a small amount of capital and hoping that these changes that the NBA is proposing is going to make the market bigger, will provide path for predictable income, and basically more institutional capital will probably show up.